what I had what I had shared was that as a psychotherapist, before 2016, the election in 2016 and the 2015 kind of run up to that election and all the campaigning that was going on, I never had one client in all the years of my practice that brought their concern about the politics in America to therapy. And during that election time and after, people came to therapy absolutely traumatized by what they saw going on in the United States, the violence that was erupting, the hate speech that was erupting, the collaboration with that was happening, where it became somehow now dominating in the news to talk about anti-Semitism and anti-Black and anti-woman and anti-everything and anti-immigrant, in ways that were keeping people up at night, just the way I had formerly seen, and of course still did see, people up at night over the traumas that they survived in their own childhoods. People being, a sister being the target of abuse by the dad or the mom, or being the target of abuse themselves, or being raped by an uncle and then nobody believing them, kind of like what you were talking about trying to really be a stand for the truth and get justice, and then being the target of further injustice for having spoken up. And these things are playing out on mass scales in America and all over the world today. And I'll just say this last thing and then please jump back in. None of us want this in our own lives. Nobody I know wants to be hated, discriminated against, withheld, resources from. Nobody I know wants to be raped or tortured or have their house bombed or have their families, wiped out in some, campaign against a neighborhood or a race or a religion. Nobody I know, and I don't think there's a person in the world who wants these things inflicted on themselves or their loved ones. And yet, as communities and as nations and as races sometimes, or genders or whatever, we condone that to be done to other people. And I call this a mental health issue. And we're being fed that it's an ideological issue. And it's not. It's a mental health issue. And it's the mental health unwellness that has people become so divisive and so hateful and so wanting to act out on other people and take from them. And that's really the bottom line as I see it.